Want to be the first to know about the most exciting new tarot and oracle decks coming out this month? I'm elowynlefay, and in this latest installment of my New Releases series, we'll explore new tarot and oracle decks, highlight exciting new tarot books and upcoming events, and check out a few crowdfunded projects that may make your wish list or help you decide to pass on them. So, grab your glasses if you need them, get comfortable, and stay tuned to find some new favorites to add to your collection. Before we start window shopping, you'll find links in the description below for everything we'll cover today. Some of these are affiliate links, and I've also included a link to Audible for a free 30-day trial in case you prefer audiobooks. Using the affiliate links doesn't cost you anything extra, but it helps support the channel. Thank you so much for your support. If you're passionate about spirituality, magic, wellness, and divination, and want to be a part of our lovely community of kind-hearted enthusiasts, click like and subscribe. I'd love to help you gain insights, find clarity, and empower yourself to make choices aligned with your highest goals and aspirations. As a certified tarot reader, I offer personalized readings designed to provide powerful guidance, whether you're seeking answers to specific questions or a deeper understanding of your spiritual and life path. To book your tarot reading or purchase your birth chart, please visit my website at elowynlefay.com. If you prefer to connect via email, you can find my contact information in the description below. And I'll also pin a comment with my website link for easy access. Please note that my availability for readings in September is a bit limited due to a few travel plans I have, so I encourage you to book soon. I'm excited to support you on your journey towards greater clarity and empowerment. Thank you for considering me as your guide. First up, we have Intuitive Whispers Oracle. This is releasing on September 3rd and is published by Hay House. Retail cost of the deck is $24.99 in the US, and it looks, if this is accurate by print length, that the guidebook is 144 pages. Rediscover your inner guidance, rebuild your connection to your powerful intuition, and reclaim agency over your life with this healing 44-card oracle deck. So let's take a look at some of this artwork here. We have a hard box with finger cutouts. I like that kind of box. Usually Hay House has them that way. Beautiful colors here. Looks like a portal, a bit of a portal, and then you have this bridge. Feel, don't think. So we have 4, and then feel, don't think, and a lion with that light, and it actually makes me think of the heart of the lion, which is the fixed star Regulus in the constellation of Leo, and here you have that up in the sky, so that's pretty cool. See, here we have a mirror. 12, you're more powerful than you know. Become your own priority. Inspiration hunt. Once again, I think they're kind of expressing a portal with that circle. That's my guess. A bit of a way to take you away. Here you go. 33, your soul knows. And I like this on this card here. Vulnerability is power. You don't really see that very much, and that is certainly true in a way. And yeah, you can be courageous to let yourself be vulnerable sometimes. Trust the call. Some beautiful colors. So I recognize this style. So Lori Mena, I believe, worked on 2 decks I actually have, Moonology Manifestation and Law of Positivism. So that's why that artwork feels a little familiar to me, yet different. Looks like we have some different suits. So let's take a look here. 4 suits for transformation. Red is for listening, explore stillness and silence. Yellow and orange are for clearing what no longer serves you. And then here, The journey. Be guided through a 44-day healing process by picking one card a day in chronological order and following the guidance and exercise on each. So that's pretty cool. I don't think I've seen it before where you actually would go through an order and do an exercise each day. So that seems a bit unique to me. The ritual, designed to initiate inspiration or guidance in a moment of need, using the cards in a ritual setting will bring you clarity. So that can be a good way to use them as well. I enjoy these colors. Really nice. Okay, and Maud Hurst is the founder of bespoke mindfulness company Energy Rise, specializing in making meditation accessible to all. Maud was an actor best known for her role as Helga in the hit TV show Vikings before becoming a leading wellness practitioner. Now, I loved Vikings. I watched every single one, got really into it. So, maybe that's me, but I think that's pretty cool. And then it talks about the artist here, Lori, which I already kind of mentioned some of her other works. So that's a look at the Intuitive Whispers Oracle. Releasing September 3rd, we have Starlore Arcana, Constellations for Tarot, Astrology, and Cartomancy. This is a 56-card deck with a 128-page guidebook. The publisher is Wiser Books, and the retail cost in the US is $29.95. This is a beautiful 56-card cartomancy deck exploring the mythology, folklore, and mythical stories of constellations and the zodiac. The guidebook provides star lore and tarot arcana interpretations. And I'm actually really excited to see this come out mass market because I backed this on Kickstarter and have the indie version of this deck, and it did cost me more than I'm seeing here. So if this is something you're into, this is going to be a good deal compared to what it was before. This deck consists of playing cards that have been revived and remastered from original illustrations by John Lenthal, published in 1717. The focus of Starlore Arcana is mythology and folklore of 63 constellations, including the zodiac. Although many of the constellations have their genesis in lore and myth stretching as far back as Egyptian, Babylonian, and Phoenician origins, most of the interpretations in the companion book derive from Greek myth. The deck has been crafted to align with the 56 cards of the Tarot Minor Arcana, with interpretations that follow the tradition of Rider-Waite system and symbolism and archetypes. So this deck features the locations of constellations, myths and lores associated with each constellation, cartomancy interpretations, and the Tarot Minor Arcana interpretations, and guidance on how to use the cards for divination. So Natasha Rowland wrote the guidebook, but the foreword was written by Sasha Ravich. And Sasha Ravich is an astrologer, but she's also a pioneer of stellar witchcraft. So very cool to have her have written the foreword for this deck. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this deck. And already I can see that you get a hard box with this version. The indie deck version had a tuck box, so that's awesome. Here we have Centaurus, the Centaur, and it's showing you 6 of clubs, or it would be 6 of wands. So that's pretty cool. This is a good way to learn the cartomancy associations if you don't know them, and how they might match up with the minor arcana. And we have Draco, Ace of Spades, or Ace of Swords. We have Leo the Lion constellation here, and we have it as the King of Hearts or King of Cups, which is perfect because we have that big heart of the lion, the fixed star Regulus. So I think that's a perfect association there. And then we have Pegasus, a winged horse, 4 of diamonds, 4 of pentacles. So So it really helps you out by telling you here. We have Ursa Major, which contains Doobie, a circumpolar star, and that this is the Great Bear, and that stands for Ace of Clubs or Wands, Ace of Wands. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. A little briefing on the suits and numerology. And here's another card, Andromeda. Chained Woman, which is the Two of Clubs or Two of Wands, tells you about the location in the sky, which is the constellation of Perseus family, best viewed from the northern hemisphere. So this is neat because it tells you a little bit about the viewing. And then we have Taurus, the Bull, Four of Hearts, Cups, Four of Cups, and location, seen in the first quadrant of the northern hemisphere, hosts the easily visible Pleiades and the Hyades. Aldebaran is its brightest star. And this isn't written here, but Aldebaran is considered the eye of the bull here and is quite bright. You can see it sometimes. And then we have Heracles, kneeling one, Three of Spades, Three of Swords. It tells you the location again. And then we have Cygnus the Swan, which I do enjoy seeing sometimes in late summer. And it tells you a cross-shaped constellation seen on the plane of the Milky Way in the northern hemisphere during the summer and fall months around September. So coming up, perfectly as this is releasing, maybe you can take a look at Cygnus in the sky, look for a big X, basically. Okay. And then it talks about Natasha Rowland. And Natasha Rowland is actually the founder of the indie publisher, Urania Press. And that's who first published this deck, was Urania Press. She's also done a lot of other cool indie decks. Terra Chimera is maybe one you would be familiar with or recognize. So very exciting seeing this come out. So once again, this is Starlore Arcana. Releasing on September 8th, we have the Light Code Apothecary, a practical tool for maintaining your light even in the dark. This retails for $38.95 in the US. A beacon of practical support and loving inspiration, this deck is your guide to ascension, the harmonious merging of your higher self with your physical aspect. Izzy Ivy's hand-painted creations are embedded with light codes that transmit multidimensional energy directly to your deeper self, transcending the limitations of the rational mind and integrating this cosmic wisdom into your earthly existence. Divided into 5 elemental sections, the card messages offer practical tools including energy clearings, which are water, embodiment exercises, which are earth, shadow integration, which is fire, and breathing techniques, which is air, as well as fundamental spiritual wisdom, ether, to help you connect with your heart center. Izzy Ivy is also the author of Beyond Lemuria. You can see actually it's on my screen with the journal version. I have that deck. It's really beautiful artwork in that one, and you can tell it's hand painted, which I really love and appreciate. It has a different sort of look than I'm seeing here with this deck, but let's take a look here. And this oracle has 70 cards held in an inner card tray with ribbon, plus a 336-page full-color guidebook. So I was going to point out that this price, $38.95 retail, is, that's high for an oracle deck. But the fact that there's 70 cards and the large guidebook, I believe that's why they're having the higher price for an oracle, because there's more cards and the guidebook's pretty big. So if you want to kind of price it out, maybe compare it to what a tarot deck is through Llewellyn or through Blue Angel to see if you feel like that's the right price for it. And here we have kind of a shadow work card. We have the number 27. Then it says, can you own it? Return energy through accountability and responsibility. So that's a good shadow work one there. Then we have card 44, ancestral clearing. Clear what you may be carrying from those before. Beautiful bright colors. I like that I can see a bit of the texture of the canvas in the center there. It lets me know it's, actually painted. Oh, these are beautiful colors. I really like those colors and the way the light shines down on that. That's cool. Move blocked life force, increase energy flow. And it's my hope that they're going to tell you how to do these things in that larger guidebook because, do you know how to do this already? I don't know. To move blocked life force, increase energy flow. So hopefully they're telling you. Or here, for example, ancestral clearing. Are they going to assist and tell you how to do this, or assume that you are an experienced practitioner and already know how to do these things? If they teach you that, I think that's really cool and would add value. Shift sabotage, enhance awareness of subconscious patterns. That's a great card to have. Definitely good for shadow work. And I like that that's included in what I would call as a light worker type of deck that is aimed towards people that are doing light work, because that should come along with it. You want to have balance there. And it does say that there are light codes embedded in the artwork. Whether you believe that or not, that's up to you. But regardless, even if they aren't, or you don't believe they are, if you love the artwork, then you can still find value. Or, for example, some of the things it says on these cards I think are useful. So let's see what else we have here. Okay. I can see up here the side of the box, and this is Blue Angel Publishing. So Blue Angel distributed through Llewellyn, it looks like. And here's the artist here and author. She did both, Izzy, with a beautiful painting there. So you can see it is hand done. And I can kind of see she's from Australia, I believe. Yeah, let me see. New South Wales, Australia. I can kind of see that influence in her artwork. I could also see that a bit in Beyond Lemuria. She definitely has her own style, but you can see the influence there. So that's the Light Code Apothecary, releasing on September 8th, just in time for your fall vibes and Halloween, is the Halloween Forever Oracle. This retails for $28.95 in the US and is published by Llewellyn. The guidebook, according to print length, is 112 pages. So let's take a look at this Halloween themed deck. We have a cute fairy witch on the cover of the deck. Here's the back. It's not reversible, but it is an oracle, so it may not matter to you. And we have a hard box with finger cutouts I can see here. And it says there's 46 cards in the deck, and that 112-page guidebook is full color. A few more cards we can see here. So, for example, on one of them we have the number 25, and it says listen to the dead. The other one we have 28, conjure the dragon. 19, bone bouquet. This is beautiful, moon moth. I like this card. Very cool. It's like there's starlight coming out of her, almost crying out of her eyes in a way. Yeah, cool. 41, Medusa's Mysteries, and her cat even has snakes in its hair. That's hilarious. I know it's a sad card, but that's a cute sense of humor. And there's the card back again. They put it twice. Let's see, what else do we have here? Does it tell us more? Halloween Forever Oracle. Yeah, for those of us that enjoy Halloween as much as we can. Now it says a glow-in-the-dark party awaits you. Are they saying this is glow-in-the-dark? I don't know. I feel like it would have been more pointed out if it was glow-in-the-dark, but it says a glow-in-the-dark party awaits you. Now I'm very curious. I doubt it's glow-in-the-dark, but maybe. So Jasmine Beckett Griffith has worked on quite a few other decks. You probably are familiar with that style of artwork. I only have one. I have the Alice in Wonderland Oracle. It's loosely called something like that. Tess Whitehurst. I do have other decks of hers. So let me show you here. So you might be familiar with her writing. Yeah, the Angel Magic Oracle. I don't have that. That's a new one. I do have the Queen Mab. I actually have a walkthrough on my channel of that if you want to see that. It was actually my first video, so probably not my highest quality, but it's the one I started the channel with. And then she also worked on the Oracle of Portals and the Cosmic Dancer Oracle, as well as Magic of Flowers. So that's the Halloween Forever Oracle. Releasing on September 3rd, we have Queen of the Sun Oracle. Guidance through solar and seasonal energies, and this is by publisher Rockpool Publishing. This deck retails for $24.95 in the US, and it appears, according to the print length here, that the guidebook is 112 pages. This is a sister deck to the best-selling Queen of the Moon Oracle. This oracle focuses on solar power, which is powerful, extroverted, fertile, and expansive. It details cycles and seasonal aspects, with a spectacular 11-year solar cycle to observe, as well as the cycles of the Celtic wheel of the year and phenomena like eclipses and flares. It also features the wisdom of amazing goddesses and gods of the sun from around the world. And I am excited to have a solar oracle deck. As you probably know, there are a lot of lunar-based ones, but not a lot of solar that I can think of. So that's very cool. Nice to fill a niche there. And I do have the sister deck, so of course this is exciting to me. So we have the box with finger cutouts, hard box. There's a beautiful cover. Here's some more cards here. You can see that Celtic Wheel of the Year shown. For example, we have Lammas, which is paired with gratitude. And then for the phenomena, we have Eclipse, which is with boundaries. And of course, they're numbered, so that's helpful. Easier to find the cards in the guidebook. Another look at that box. Solar Cycle 1, Purpose. Yeah, eclipses can be like gateways where things move quite quickly. Then we have Solar Cycle 4, Focus. A beautiful serenity here. Yeah, she will need to focus with that candle in her hair. I don't want her hair to get burnt. Can't help but think that. I see smoke around, and don't get burnt. Keep focused. Keep that head steady. Anyway, okay, so then we have Flora Fertility with a beautiful image here. And then we have Anya Wealth. That's a beautiful card. Really beautiful scene to look at there. And I love seeing Anya appear in decks. I'm glad that people are learning more about her and the myth of that goddess. Balder, Beauty. Imbolc, Renewal. Here's some of the guidebook. We have some examples of the write-up. So for example, 19 is Brigid. They pair it with the keyword creation. And then they have a statement at the top, then an affirmation. In this case, it's I am infinitely creative. Tells you a little bit about Brigid and the card. And then it has a companion stone or metal, in this case, iron. Here's Anya here. So about 2-page write-up it looks like for each card. And talks a bit about Stacey DeMarco. Now I want to show you here because I didn't see an artist listed, and I always like to know who the artist is. And I also like to check that when I don't see an artist listed, because sometimes that means that the art was generated with AI. But the artist is listed on Rockpool's website. So over here, we can see this is the artist, Kinga. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce the last name, but this is the artist. So that is the Queen of the Sun Oracle. Releasing on September 8th, we have Nova Witch Tarot, and these retail for $31.95 in the US. The guidebook is 112 pages, so this is actually probably the perfect example of pricing. So before, with the light codes, I can't remember, Lightworker deck, I was mentioning that $38.95 was a little pricier for an Oracle deck, but it did have 70 cards and a 336-page guidebook. Well, here's a good comparison here. With this one, you have 8 more cards, but your guidebook is smaller. It's 224 pages less than the guidebook here. So just keeping that in mind when comparing pricing and making decisions. So let's see. Let's take a look. We have a hard box. We have reversible backs. A beautiful fool here. I think this style is really cool. I like it. The Empress. She has the Venus symbol on her earrings. A little bit different. It does show the abundance there by the wreath in her hair. We have the stars. The Lovers, that heart there is kind of shaped like a planchette, at least to me. 7 of Cups, we can see those, lots of ideas and different options and, various things with those cups above her head. And a 4 of Swords. So this is kind of interesting. It's a little bit different than the other 4 of Swords I've seen, where we have someone resting after battle or that kind of thing. Yes, she's resting, but it kind of looks a little bit in a way like the 6 of Swords as well, because it feels like she's on a boat going somewhere. I guess in your dreams it works like that too, but that's very interesting. Okay, so this deck is tailored for young hearts and those new to tarot. These cards in the full color guidebook are your trusted allies, helping you dance through life's twists and turns with empathy and self-love. Let's see if we can see some more here. We have a 3 of Cups, so you can see up at the top. You couldn't see that before. A 7 of Wands, it looks like, over here. Yeah, so very beautiful. Oh, the artist uses a mix of ink, watercolor, gouache, muralism, and digital illustration. Okay, so that's how we get this very unique look. So that's the Nova Witch Tarot. Releasing on September 10th, we have Angelic Activations Oracle. There's 44 cards in this deck, and the retail cost is $22.99 in the US. And the publisher is Hay House, and it looks like the guidebook is 136 pages. If you're not familiar with Kyle Gray is a angel communicator, as noted up here with this quote by Colette Baron Reed. Kyle also has quite a few other oracle decks out that are focused on angels or archangels. So you may already have some of those decks, but in case you don't, that's a little bit about Kyle Gray. So it says, connect with the guidance of the angels and activate the energies that will encourage healing, growth, and positive change in your life. This deck is intended to work as a bridge between Earth and the celestial realms so that you can receive direct insight from the angels guiding your way. Each of the cards in this deck represent powerful angelic energies that act as a spiritual mirror, reflecting to you the intelligence, insight, and intuition you hold deep within. Filled with prayers, messages, and spiritual wisdom, Angelic Activations Oracle will help you to call on angelic energy for guidance and protection, activate and experience the best version of yourself, live in alignment with your higher purpose, step into the light you are born to be. So let's take a look at this deck. We have a hard box with finger cutouts. Almost looks a little bit airbrushed, like an airbrushed sort of style. Lots of light coming from these, very light-filled, coming at you like this is very fiery, bright, golden kind of light. Same with this, is just glowing. That card is glowing. Yeah, and this artwork is similar to his other decks, but it's different. So this looks like a different artist, yet there's a similarity. That looks like Raphael. Okay, let's see if we can see any more here. Is that shot at that book? Here is Kyle Gray and a quote about him. Strength, Heart, and Challenge spread, a 3-card spread for an effective insight. It will tell you what you need to know at any given moment. Then there's a Stellar Gateway spread, a 7-card spread for tracking down the energies that we have brought into this incarnation and the energies we are creating at this time. That sounds like a really interesting spread. That'd be fun to try. Yeah, so that's the Angelic Activation Oracle by Kyle Gray. Releasing September 8th, we have Medicine Heart Oracle, and this is the pocket edition, so a mini version of the Medicine Heart Oracle, which has already been released. And this is by author Alana Fairchild and artist Sophie Wilkins. This retails for $18.95 in the US and is published by Llewellyn. Connect with the eternal essence of Mother Earth to honor the natural wisdom and living intelligence of your medicine heart. This pocket edition of Medicine Heart Oracle showcases shamanic treasures from around the globe to reveal ancient pathways, creative visions, and potent spirituality. So let's take a look at this. You can see some of the artwork here. I wonder if this is going to be a box or a tin. I bet it's a little box because they don't mention tin. And so the 44-page guidebook is full color and you get 44 cards. Some more of the beautiful artwork. Here's an example of the write-up, a trimmed down version for the mini deck. Beautiful. And even though there's only 44 pages and there's 44 cards, it looks like it does talk about blessing the deck and a 1-card reading, as well as cultural references. So let's see if we have any more. Just some more photos here, some of the artwork up at the right. And that does look like a hard box with finger cutouts, and here is Alana. Alana has a lot of other decks out if you're not familiar with Alana. So that's the Medicine Heart Oracle Pocket Edition. Releasing on September 17th, we have Lumina Tarot, and this is by Rockpool Publishing. Print length is 184 pages. Retail cost in the US is $29.95. This deck was indie and went out of print, so now it's your chance to pick it up as mass market. So here we can see a hard box, 2-piece, and not finger cutouts, but leaves room to pull it off. And it looks like that box is possibly holographic. Yeah. Another look at the cover art and box. Okay, so it looks like pen and ink mixed with some watercolor. This actually, with the color choices and the mediums, reminds me a little bit of The Wild Unknown, just kind of like a nod to that. Maybe that's just me. Okay, so we can see some cards here. The Fool. Now the Ten of Cups looks a little bit pippish. Or yes, it's pippish. It is beautiful, but it is. And then we can see the backs of the cards here. I kind of wonder if those backs are holographic, kind of like the box where it looks like it might be. Here's a little bit of the guidebook. Okay, we have a spread. Here's an example of the write-up. It looks like 2 short pages, and we don't have keywords given, but we do get a reversed meaning. 10 of Wands. Now, that is not pippish to me, so maybe they're kind of a mix of pippish and fully illustrated. I'm not sure. I never picked up this deck and didn't look too much into it when it was indie. The Moon, so she's kind of looking at us as opposed to normally I would feel like someone's facing the moon in the moon card, but you know, it could bring a different meaning for you. I see a Pisces symbol up there. The Lovers. So another different take here. Kind of ties in the moon for me, maybe because I just saw the moon card. Yeah, interesting. Okay, Maiden of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. This is beautiful, but you know, it is pippish. So if that works for your intuition, then fabulous. If not, then this might not be the deck for you, because we are seeing some pippish cards here. Queen of Cups, very beautiful. And a beautiful Ace of Cups. That is a cool cup. So, anything else? We can see some more cards here. The Hierophant we couldn't see before. And that's over on the left. And then on the right, we have the Queen of Pentacles. I don't believe we saw that before. Okay. Aha. And then we have a little video, and it looks like holographic gilding on the sides. If you saw that quickly, yep. Holographic gilding on there. So that's pretty cool. Very beautiful. You know, it's up to you if that is going to work for your intuitive reading style. But that's the Lumina Tarot. All right, now, Deadheads, listen up. Releasing on September 17th, we have Grateful Dead Tarot, the official deck and guidebook. This retails for $27.99 in the US, and the publisher is Weldon Owen. Weldon Owen is owned by Inside Editions, so we have a connection here to them. Looks like the guidebook for this is 128 pages. Embark on a groovy journey with the legendary Grateful Dead in this official tarot deck and guidebook, combining the mysticism and symbolism of traditional tarot with the free-spirited, psychedelic, and counterculture elements that Dead fans know and love. This deck not only features the traditional 78 cards, but also imparts each card with a distinctive interpretation that will resonate with Deadheads worldwide. So let's take a look at this artwork. Here is the front, the storyteller, and we can see some classic Grateful Dead imagery here. The mother for the Empress, lovers. I mean, I want to see the death card. What do they do for the death card? Because there's skeletons all over. Fountain for the star. So we have a rose up here and 7. So roses are going to equal cups. And then we have a queen with a skull. So let's see, what are skulls? King with a lightning. Okay, so lightning is fire. Skulls then are, I guess, swords. And then, oh, that's cute. So 10 of Pentacles. So bears, the dancing bears are the pentacles. Those cute bears. Okay, here's a bit about the guidebook. So we do have keywords with this, and we have a reverse meanings with reverse keywords, which is nice. Look at it. So we have wolf for the devil. Terrapin of roses. Yeah, so very Grateful Dead. I went to my first Grateful Dead concert in 1995, in June 1995. And it turned out to be lucky because Jerry passed away in 1995 in August. So it was a 2-day festival. I felt pretty lucky to have gone and seen Grateful Dead before it was touring without Jerry. So very lucky for that, or at least I consider myself lucky. I was pretty young to go to a Grateful Dead show, but it was great and great memories. So we have these borders, which are these gradient, they're not rainbow, but definitely gradient, colorful borders here. Yeah, fully illustrated. So although they are connected to Inside Editions, they are different publishers, and we have fully illustrated minor arcana here. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed looking at the Grateful Dead Tarot deck. Releasing on September 24th, we have the Angel Oracle, and this is by publisher Rockpool Publishing. It looks like the guidebook is 96 pages, and retail cost in the US is $24.95. Angel Oracle by renowned medium Debbie Malone comprises a beautiful collection of angels to help you tackle any situation, from the angel of travel, angel of fertility, Angel of Detoxification, and Angel of Enlightenment, to the Bully Prevention Angel. The guidebook takes you through the meaning behind each card and how best to utilize your angels. Debbie says happily that angels are among us, even though we as earthly beings sometimes become so caught up with our daily lives that we forget that other realms exist. In an age when we are faced with daily challenges from forces that appear to be out of our control, Angel Oracle helps us connect to a higher realm and seek assistance we need in our daily lives. So let's take a look at this deck. Hard box with finger cutouts. At the top it says, "When you believe in angels, anything is possible." And here we can see 10 Angel of Clairaudience, with an angel whispering into the ear of a woman there. Here's a closer look at the front of the box. An angel holding her. So, and we can see once again that Angel of Clairaudience, some other cards as well. Some of the titles are cut off. And on the side over here, you get some of the angels you can see here, like Angel of Patience, that might be handy, Angel of Inner Peace, Angel of Truth, Angel of Divine Timing. All kinds of things. Angel of Animal Realm. And so here's an example of the write-ups, 2 short pages. It has a number, the angel name, and then a bit of a statement at the beginning. Then it has the divination message or the oracle card message with an affirmation at the end. Angel of Claircognizance. More examples of the write-ups here. Chakra Balancing Angel. Angel of White Light. Angel of Clairsentience. Angel of Claircognizance. Angel of Harmony. Angel of the Animal Realm. That little doggy. So this artwork is a little bit different than other angel decks, at least to me. So that's nice, a nice change. And then it tells you a little bit about medium Debbie Malone. So the psychic reading cards, Awaken Your Psychic Abilities, are also by Debbie Malone. We have some more books shown here, as well as the Guardian Angel Oracle and the Angel Whispers, which looks like an affirmation deck. So if you enjoy those and enjoy Debbie's writing, then you might enjoy this new deck. And the artist here, it doesn't say up at the top, but on here you can see who illustrated the deck. Amalia, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, and I'm not going to attempt the last name, but so we do have an artist there. So that's the Angel Oracle by Rockpool. Releasing on September 24th is the Stained Glass Tarot. It's retailing for $35 in the US and is published by Destiny Books. This deck is inspired by the intricate symbols and colors of the stained glass windows of cathedrals and other sacred places. I see here that we have an author listed, James Edward, and author down here, but I do not see an artist listed. So let's take a look at this deck. Here's the box, looks like a hard box. The back. Automatically, I'm suspecting AI, 1, because an artist was not listed, and 2, because take a look at this hand here. First off, the fingers are pretty wonky. That's the artistic word for it. And then look at the size of this hand compared to, say, his head or his neck. That is not in proportion. And AI has trouble with hands for sure, so that's an easy way to spot it. Sometimes AI also has a hard time with patterns and hair and like the way water flows. So here we see the hair going this way and then we see it suddenly kind of turning almost curly. And I'm wondering what's up with these titles, because is it like this on the deck? Because I see the sun here, and then I see the sun again down here. The number, then the sign down here. So that's a little odd. And then here again, this hand is a bit off. That's unnatural to me. And then the hair here, the way it flows, kind of in these directions, and the way the light is hitting her face. That, to me, is a hint that there's AI used in this. Despite them using this stained glass effect, which is a good way to try and make it look less AI, because a lot of AI art now is just so easily recognizable. This, I don't know how to describe it, this glossy, overblown kind of look. Right now at this point, I've seen so much of it that it's kind of passe to me. It's boring. Like, I've seen too much. And it's one thing to have it on a thumbnail or something that's kind of a quick use and then moving on. But for a tarot deck or a piece of art I'm going to hang, I don't want something that I see everywhere. You know, it just doesn't feel special anymore. So this hand too looks off to me. You can see the finger dimensions and the knuckles. That's not quite right. And then the arm here, that's out of proportion with, say, this upper arm here. And the slope of this is pretty, like the shoulders, maybe, but that's not quite right either. So, and you know, you may like AI, and that's cool, but for me, 5. So we have the 5 here and then 5 here. It's really interesting what they're doing with the titles, but for me, I'm just not that into it. It doesn't impress me. So it's not something I want to put in my collection when I see AI. So let's go ahead and run a test and see what we have. And we have most likely AI generated. So to me, that says not even an artist taking some of their artwork and then using AI as a tool to touch it up or do certain things to it. This to me means it's been generated by AI, which also is where you get into some more implications of, well, what was the source of the artworks that this was pulling from? Because I have seen some actual artists say, well, I've trained it only to use my artwork. In this case, we don't know. They didn't even address in the listing if they used AI, and it appears that they did. So personally, as a consumer, I think that they should be listing that AI was used when it was, especially if it's not an artist on there and they completely used AI to generate the artwork. I want to know that and make an informed decision. And I do want to say, if there's not an artist listed for me, I also want to see a lower price, because if you're only having one person on it and you're not hiring an artist, well, I don't want to pay you for that. So in an economy where everything's going up and we have shrinkflation and inflation, if you're going to be cutting corners and you're not going to hire an artist, well, I don't want to pay you more for it. I want to pay you less, regardless of what the economy is doing. So that's a look at the Stained Glass Tarot. Releasing September 28th, we have the Westwood Tarot, and that's by publisher Red Feather. Looks like we have a nice chunky guidebook with 256 pages listed, and retail cost in the US is $34.99. The Westwood Tarot will take you on a magical journey of self-discovery. Whimsical characters await in the enchanted woods and glens artwork, ready to share their stories and wisdom. Recapture your sense of childlike wonder as you explore these storybook-inspired illustrations. The guidebook explores each character's story, card meaning, and interpretations for love, career, wellness, and finances. Let's take a look. So it looks like a storybook here, and really playful artwork as promised on the front. Nice bold colors, nice bright colors. Looks like we have some gold gilding on the side. This is, I believe, the 10 of Cups. Yeah, very sweet. So you've got a family here and everything on its back that it needs. And here we have the Ace of Wands. So I don't see titles here, but yet on here. So it could be that the artwork they're showing on this Amazon just doesn't have the titles, but in here I see a title, but here I don't. So maybe that's just showing us the artwork, not the actual cards. Let's see if we can see some more here. Okay, so here's some majors. Yeah, okay, so the titles are on, which is great because sometimes it's hard to guess, especially if you're new. That wouldn't be helpful. So a cute magician with this fox here, which works because I have an association with Mercury and being swift as a fox, you know. So we see Mercury represented in that as well. Then the Lovers, very sweet. Justice, 8 of Wands, moving quickly there. And beautiful 2 of Cups with the seahorse. So this nice Queen of Wands here, lots of animals. I don't see, yeah, I think it looks like it's all animals. And then we have keywords and concepts, and it gives you the light and the shadow, so upright and reverse meanings. Then we get a meanings, but then we get it broken down into the Queen of Wands in love. And then it shows you Queen of Wands in career. It looks like in this guidebook example here, this meaning still goes because you can see the text cuts off. So there's another page where maybe it covers the other areas like it mentioned. So this is pretty fun. I like it. Colorful. Yeah. So that's the Westwood Tarot. Releasing on September 28th, we have the Vedic Tarot, East Meets West. This is by publisher Red Feather. It looks like it's got a large guidebook with 288 pages listed as print length and is retailing for $39.99 in the US. Unlock the fusion of Eastern spirituality and Western tarot wisdom with this masterful creation, years in the making, which offers a tapestry of teachings and transformative insights. The Vedas derive from the ancient Indian Aryan culture of the Indian subcontinent and are the oldest scriptures of Hinduism, dating back from 15th to 5th centuries BCE. Composed in Vedic Sanskrit and believed to be of divine origin, they contain the philosophies, hymns, and guidance on ritual for priests of Vedic religion who kept and shared the knowledge. With this deck, you can explore the tarot's correlation with the Vedic Sanskrit, Irish Ogham tree alphabet, and Hebrew, plus musical notes and instruments tied to the chakras for a deeper holistic awareness. Delve into the in-depth card meanings, learn the relationship between the ancient alphabets, and unveil universal connections among archetypes and the energies of the 5 elements. Experience powerful card readings, such as interlocking the 81 cards to form a mandala, harmonizing with both Western and Eastern astrology. Let's take a look here. Guessing it's a hard box. We have a foreword by Caitlin Matthews. Really bright, bold colors. Magus, 2 of Shields, 2 of Cups. 10 of Shields, looks hand done. 2 of Swords, so we have borders here. And the 8 of Swords, with various symbolism around the borders. Let's see if we can see anything else here. Okay. We have the World card here, the Sun card, and Ace of Cups. And I'm not familiar with this author, so I can't really speak to their work, but that's a look at the Vedic Tarot. And now for indie decks. First up, we have the Jupiter King Tarot Reprint. This campaign is from Tarot Collectibles, and let's take a look here. You may recall, if you watched my August new releases, me mentioning this campaign and saying if you're interested, to sign up to see when it launches, because some of it could move quickly due to its limited nature. This is a Japanese version of the Weight Tarot called the J.K. Tarot or Jupiter King Tarot. It's a unique take on the Weight, with vivid colors and some of the characters facing the opposite position, possibly in line with the fact that the Japanese read books from what we would perceive in the West as back to front. The creators were impressed with this tarot, but then noticed that it had an equally impressive price tag, ranging from £200 to 450 British pounds. So you can see a listing here where it shows in US dollars $510. Moreover, they saw that there were collectors that wanted this deck, but just couldn't afford it or couldn't justify those prices. So accordingly, they sought permission to reprint this deck, only a small amount, and they did get permission. Unfortunately, they found out that the original publisher was defunct and that they had lost the original images for the cards. So as a solution, they invested in very good quality copies and were able to scan them in to be able to reprint them. There's 2 versions available of this deck, one from the 1975 printing and another from the 1989 version, which had some quality issues, likely due to the publisher's choice of printers and the age of the cards. The 1975 edition comes from a scanned copy of the deck, and while they have a great copy, there may be some small imperfections due to the printing technology at the time. The 1989 version, James Battersby revised personally. He kept all the original artwork and made only a slight adjustment or two, mainly to uneven color and unclear line work on a couple of cards. He promised the original artist's daughter that he would keep things the same. And that's great because I personally want it the same. I want to see it as close to the original, minus the cleaning up as possible. So I appreciate that. So if you've always wanted this deck but couldn't justify or afford the price tag, here's your chance to get it. There's going to be a very restricted amount of copies available, and the creator wants to emphasize that because they're not the owner of the artwork, they can't guarantee a second print run. It's a good idea to pick up the copy now because it's not likely to happen again anytime soon. So here's a comparison of the reprinting from the original 1975 version. They feel the printer has stayed faithfully close to the original in both terms of color and line work. And it does look really nice, just cleaned up, colors true, yet line work clear, and colors nice and vibrant. Same here. This is a really cool original color palette. I can see that 70s effect, the 70s vibe on these color choices, which is fun. And we have a YouTube here you can watch about it. Now it's going to talk about the 1989 version, with the original artwork being lost sometime after the first printing. Christine spent months carefully touching up the original colors and some of the faded line work to restore the deck. And here's some examples of the revised versus the original. And it does seem like they've kept true to the original. It's just really cleaned up and nice, crisp line work. Quite beautiful. I'm very excited for this. Now, what you'll get is a full color box in the style of the original set with the traditional number of 78 cards. It should be noted that this printing does not come with a book of any kind. They are printing the cards only, so no guidebook. If you do want to pick this up, it looks like there are 60 decks left as I'm filming this of the J.K. original 1975. There'll probably be less by the time this goes. There are 43 left of the J.K. Revised, which is the 1989 version. And then the combo deal is sold out. There were only 50 of those. So that's the J.K. Tarot Reprint campaign. Available for pre-order now, but shipping in October is Eros, the Garden of Love Tarot. Now, if you want to pick this up, the price is set on this listing to go up on August 7th to $85, but I'm currently seeing it still listed as $75, and we're well past August 7th. So I'm not sure when it will go up, but if you want to pick it up, hopefully it's still below that price. So the sooner the better, if so. This deck is a burlesque take on the original Tarot de Marseille, a spicy tarot with cheeky characters who remind us not to take life too seriously. This is the 3rd edition of 1000 decks and is printed on a luxurious heavy cardstock with an embossed linen finish. It will have a 23rd Major Arcana card called the Seeker, and will also have 5 Luna cards as well. And this will be in a tuck box and will also come with a screen printed linen bag. You can see some playfulness in the first image here. Looks like that tuck box, and then maybe the front of the tuck box and the bag. Cheeky indeed, as promised. Strength card here. Really cool color palette and style. Look at those heels. Yeah, the Seeker. Okay, so that's the 23rd Major Arcana card there. So if you're into it, it looks really fun. It depends on your taste, but pretty cute. Then yeah, you might want to pick this up. It's Eros, the Garden of Love Tarot. Available for pre-order and shipping in September, we have Crow Tarot Wooden Major Arcana Tiles by J.K And you can see these beautiful wood tiles here and the tin that they come in. That's a cool tin. Okay. You can see the backs of the tiles here. I love the Crow Tarot. It's so cool. Okay, and so these arrive in a velvet bag with that decorative tin, and the price includes shipping in the US that you saw above. So that's the Crow Tarot Wooden Major Arcana Tiles. If you're in Asia or Europe, available for pre-order is the 2nd edition of Botan Tarot. Now, if you're in the US, the creator's goal is that it will be available for pre-order before the holiday shopping season, and that will be announced later. And I've got to give a shout out and thank you to Discovering Del, who pointed out that this was coming out in the Modern Metaphysique Discord. Others I found on my own, but this one is actually, I found it through Discovering Del, so thanks so much. And if you know of any exciting upcoming decks coming out, I'd love to know in the comments and hopefully cover them in one of these monthly videos. The differences between the Botan Tarot 1st and 2nd edition are that the box will now be a book style with soft layered watercolor effect in Japanese indigo or Botan blue. And the cover design will be different. Since there's no longer a drawer style box, there will no longer be a ribbon. Another change is that 2 of the card titles have been updated to reflect more accurately their roles in the Botan universe. They are the Teacher, which was previously the High Priest, or also known as the Hierophant, as well as the Hanged One, previously known as the Hanged Man. Some of the artwork has changed. 7 of the cards have been updated with new artwork, all within the Major Arcana, and those cards are the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Teacher, the Star, the Moon, and the Sun. Another change is the paper. The cardstock will be an upgraded 350 GSM paper to brand with better durability, so it will be slightly thicker than previous versions. Other than that, the deck will still feature the same artwork on the back of the cards, as well as any of the cards not mentioned as being changed before. Now, if you haven't seen this deck, let's show you some images from it. Beautiful work here. There's the box. That's the old style box, so that will be different now. Yeah, beautiful artwork. Suit of Swords. There's the cups there. and wands, and then coins. Very beautiful. Now, different stockists will have this, so I'll include a link. That way, depending on where you are, you know where you can set up to sign up for a notification or go ahead and pre-order them. So that's a look at the Botan Tarot 2nd edition, which is available for pre-order in Asia or Europe, and hopefully before the holidays in the US. Ending September 4th at 5:50 a.m. Pacific time, or if you're like me, that basically means September 3rd, because that's pretty early, is the Road to Equilibrium Tarot. Immerse yourself in the realm of inner thoughts through the pictures and the colors, from the symbols to the feelings. They have far exceeded their goal, so this will go. We have a video you can watch on it to give you some more information. This is the first that this creator has made on Kickstarter, it looks like. This deck highlights a strong energy of earth and fire. You can see some of this artwork here, some of the style. The deck will contain 88 cards in total. It will have 80 tarot cards and 8 oracle cards. They will have matte black edges, and it will have 320 GSM, which will have a pearly effect, which will create a nice shiny effect on the bright areas on the surface of the cards. The tarot deck is inspired by Rider-Waite-Smith with the enhanced special meaning of its theme. So 320 GSM, that's going to be a little bit thinner than your 350, but with it being 320, it might be a good riffler depending on the size. So this will have a 2-piece sturdy cardboard box. It will come with 2 stickers, 1 bookmark, 3 art prints, a PDF guide, and every copy will have a certificate card that has a copy number written by hand and the author's signature. No AI was used in the creation of this deck, and the physical book will now be available as an add-on. The major arcana will focus on the strongest emotions of each cards. Sometimes might be too strong, might be overwhelming. So we can see some of this artwork here. Very somber, dark colors, moody. And then we have this bright, fiery in contrast. This might be a shadowy work kind of deck. Actually, yes, it would definitely be a shadow work kind of deck. It's an interesting style. Okay, some paintings here. Rewards, so this is going to go over the rewards. And so if you want to see more of this deck, I would watch that video they have above. So there's some add-ons. It looks like they have another deck, Tarot of Transcendence Pocket Edition. It gives you some details about that deck here. Oh, that's pretty cool looking. I like that box and card. That looks pretty neat. And some cloths that you can add on. So here is potentially, if you want to add it on, the physical version of this guidebook. This looks pretty big. It includes interpretation for 92 cards. And the interpretation is the form of poems written by the artist. So here's a sample here. So here's an example of that poetry definition with the wheel. It's interesting that it uses these people flowing as the wheel. That's kind of cool. Some more example with the minor arcana. Looks like they've hit some stretch goals, which is great. All right, so that is the Road to Equilibrium Tarot. Ending on September 6th at 7:45 a.m. Pacific time, we have the Big Bug Gospel Tarot deck, and it's a tarot deck that explores the colorful world of invertebrates. They haven't reached their funding goal yet, and I've already taken a look at this campaign, and I think it's pretty cool. So I do hope it funds. I understand, maybe some people won't be into bugs, but I think it's a really neat way to see another perspective and to think about life in that way. So here we go. This is the first created by this creator. I believe that invertebrates possess a powerful inherent magic that is condemned to obscurity or derision by the irrational prejudices of society. The Big Bug Gospel is my homage to some of these lesser known and underappreciated animals. This deck aims to weave their narratives into the classic themes of tarot, offering some new perspective and insights to both seasoned readers and curious newcomers. Without resorting to judgmental, creepy stereotypes often associated with them, this deck is a celebration of all life in all forms, emphasizing that every creature, no matter how small or strange, has their own story and significance. So let's take another look here. Here is the box, and there you can see the backs of the decks. So this is Rider-Waite-Smith based. And no AI was used in the creation of this deck. Here's a glimpse of what you can expect. The Fool, represented by the whimsical and strange-looking moth larva, symbolizing new beginnings and a leap of faith. Then it goes on to give you some more examples. Here you can see the artist creating some cards, which is very nice. And then I think this artwork is beautiful, and I really love these bright, bold colors. Not shying away from the colors, which I enjoy. So, yeah, check these out. The Tower. Yeah, I think these are beautiful. I mean, granted, I don't know a lot about every kind of bug out there, but this might be a way to learn. But I think it's really beautifully done. I like this artwork. A little bit like a border, but still full bleed, if that makes sense. We have a line around the artwork. Okay. It's a nice way to show bugs in a more beautiful light than they have been. So let me reset here. The guidebook will be 120 pages and will be full color. It will be also accessible as a PDF, and so you can have the option of just getting a shrink-wrapped deck with no box. And here they give you some samples of the write-up. I don't know if I like that orangey font mixed in with this. I do wish the font and layout were, I wish the font and layout were a little bit nicer, but it works. I mean, obviously it functions, which is the important part here. Looks like you do have a picture of the card though. That's nice. And we have some spreads. We have a World Wisdom spread. I'm not sure if there's more or not. Yeah. So you can get some pins, some artwork. This is a nice way to see the artwork a little bit better here. See these beautiful colors. And some journals. It's really fun. What a creative idea. I think I love it when things put me in a different perspective. And this certainly does, like seeing things from a bug's perspective and being in their world. So here's going to be the back of the box. Here's the box here, nice hard box. There's that little guidebook. And you can get your fingers in there to open it up. I can see that here. We have S30 standard smooth cardstock with blue core. If $8,000 is raised, they'll upgrade to S33 superior cardstock. So that's the Big Bug Gospel. I think it's pretty fun, and I do hope it funds. Ending September 7th, we have the Cosmic Whispers Rune deck and book. Uncover the history, myth, and magic of the runes with the original rune deck that redefines the norms with its luxurious craftsmanship. And this is way beyond its funding goal, so we'll definitely go. In fact, it notes here it was funded in 2 hours. So that's pretty amazing. And this is by the co-founder of Kokorina. You may be familiar with their other work. They have some beautiful journals and just various things out there. Okay, so they say this is not just another rune deck, but our 3rd edition of the most exquisite and unique rune deck you've ever seen. It's the first time we're introducing the Cosmic Whisperers book. So let's take another look. They talk a little bit about the history of their first rune deck. And here's a look at that. These beautiful golds on black, very shiny. You can see them there. Okay, here's the complete rune deck. Oh, and then check this out. So 1000 GSM card thickness with a gold mirror foil. So really thick. With the 1000 GSM cardstock, they wanted it to resemble a piece of wooden block. Here's a shot of those really shiny gold mirror edges. That's special to this edition. It sounds like the last one did not have that. And here's the backs, gold vegan leather back sides. Okay, some more specifications. 24 cards, Eldar Futhorc, Old Norse alphabet. We have the dimensions, 70 by 130 millimeters. And gold foil on the faces. It comes with a luxurious velvet pouch. And here's that pouch. That's cute. I like that pouch. That's really nice. Nice rope on there. Looks like some nice velvet. Very elegant. Okay. Giving you a little bit of write-up on the runes here. Okay, now let's look at this book. So this is new for this rune set. This beautiful book, really pretty, of course, from Kokorina. Really beautiful cover and back. Here's what the inside of the book looks. So beautiful layout. And it's going to include all rune interpretations. You can see a nice photo there, and then the rune interpretations. Beautifully presented. Look at those borders. Yeah, cool. Okay. Each rune's interpretation spans 5 pages, leaving the final page blank for your personal reflections. On the last spread, you'll find a small cheat sheet for each rune with its corresponding elements and energies, the sound each rune represents, its translation, and so much more. Oh, that's really cool. So there's an example of the cheat sheet here. Really neat. Okay, so it will have a foreword and talk about their journey with the runes, the origins of the runes, runic alphabets, history of the runes, the magic and philosophy of runes, writing with the runes. Oh, look at that. Visual examples here. I like that. Rune casting. Ooh. This looks like a great book. I mean, even if you don't pick up the runes, I could see just picking up the book. Even though those runes are gorgeous, but you know, if you're budgeting it out, maybe you want the book. So the book will be hardcover with gold foil all around. It's going to be 290 pages, 19 by 24 centimeters or 7.4 inches by 0.4 inches. You can also get a Kindle and Apple Books version, which is cool. It shows you a little bit of how the layout there. So hopefully they got that nice and locked in. Beautiful cloth option here. card stand. That's a cool card stand. I like that. I mean, it takes a little more room on your table, but you could put some stones and various things on that. Yeah, I dig that card stand. Neat. Oh, this is beautiful. All right, and so then we just have some various pledge options and different combinations you can do, which is great. You can kind of tell her just what you want. So quite beautiful. That book looks super exciting and very tempting. I like that stand too. The whole thing is beautiful, a beautiful package here with this campaign. So that's a look at the Cosmic Whispers book and rune deck. Ending on September 7th, we have Chicken Transition Oracle deck. This is 30 hand-drawn chicken-themed oracle cards and a guidebook to help us reclaim the power of our perception. It has met its funding goal. So on the front here, you can see this inner voice with this bright cobalt blue and the orange. I like these colors together. And balance, just a fun deck and a fun concept here. So there's a full campaign video you can check out. Here's another look at those cards. You can see those backs with the fall leaves, or it looks like fall leaves to me. And it says, why chickens, you might be wondering. Chickens were pretty much my only friends growing up. I always found it easiest for me to feel connected to animals, and I can't think of a cooler animal to have formed a bond with than tiny dinosaurs. That's hilarious. I do wish there were more than 30 cards, but this is, a special deck, so you can maybe make exceptions for it. These cards will be 3.5 by 5 with rounded corners. They'll be printed on 310 GSM white core art paper, so that's a little on the thin side. I like to see 350. So here you can take a closer look at the artwork here and see these nice colors, that completion, that really works with those eggs. And then we have disregard, emotions. That's really funny. For some reason, I think of like another chicken or something, or somebody, a person like on the ground, I don't know, passed out from an emotion or something, too much emotion, and the chicken's looking over you like, are you okay? You're all right, buddy? Do we need to get help? Yeah, I don't know. Imagination. Oh, look at that. Freedom. We're breaking free there. That inner voice is just cool. Same with the peace and cycles. Yeah, this is really fun. I feel like there's a depth, but there's also a sense of humor here. Like that loyalty, that's really sweet. Interdependent. Fear. That chicken's running. It must be a fox or something. And then there's that sweet empathy with those beautiful colors. Oh, differences. Yeah, you can see there's depth and creativity, and then a sense of humor. And then here's the guidebook. The guidebook will be 60 pages, full color cover, black and white inside, introduction to using the cards, card meanings, spreads, and then it gives you an example from the guidebook. Here's a look at the box. We have a 2-piece hard box with finger cutouts. Looks like this is some of the original artwork here, I think. And here they are creating the cards themselves, hand done. Some more great original artwork here. A little bit of a Ouroboros around that chicken on cycles. So this is the second edition. There was a first edition originally released in 2020, but they say due to some lack of planning on my part, I was never really satisfied with the formatting. With this reprinting, I plan to address and correct the prior issues to offer a better quality deck. They've enlarged the cards to 3.5 by 5 and expanded the artwork to eliminate the borders. Here's a look at the first edition versus the second edition. And certainly you can see those borders on the left. I definitely prefer without the borders. I think you can see the artwork much better, and the colors actually pop more to me without the borders on that one. And then you can see the backs of the cards here. Same backs, but just larger size. You can pick up a sticker pack. That's fun. And then we have some add-ons. And here's some stretch goals. So here it says that the cards are going to be printed on 330 GSM with a German black core, which would be great. I definitely prefer that over the first option. So I'm a little confused. I don't know which one is correct. I would hope this one here is correct. Because this amount is what it took for the beginning funding. So, yeah, so hopefully that's correct. 330 GSM with a German black core. That'd be great. So that's pretty fun. And that's a look at the Chicken Transition Oracle deck. Ending on September 8th, we have Delphi Oracle 2024. We are rebooting our best-selling Delphi Oracle deck with a more modern vibe. Each card has been reimagined and improved. And here we can see that there was use of AI. So it says, for many of the cards, I generated backgrounds or aspects of the images that were then manipulated and improved upon by myself with the Procreate app. So I would like to know how many of the cards, what percentage of this artwork was generated. Now it asks, do you have the consent of the owners of the works that were or will be used to produce the AI-generated portion of your projects? They answer, I was able to create a data set of public domain out of copyright images to pull from instead of using any and all art out there. I have done my best to ensure that there are no contemporary artists besides myself in the data set. So let's go back up here. And here they say, using a data set of only my artworks, public domain, and properly licensed images, I've been able to stay ethical. So, but yet down here, it says, I have done my best to ensure that there are no contemporary artists besides myself in the data set. So it's not guaranteed. But yet up here it says using a data set of only my artworks. So those are conflicting. I want to see something here. Let's take a look at this video. Okay, so right here, you see this hand? That hand's not on right. I'm sorry, but that's the wrong direction. That's supposed to be a thumb, right? Because it's shorter than the other fingers. That's not the way your hand naturally goes. So right there, I know that this was generated because an artist would not do that. A human being would not do that. Okay, and once again here, these hands, those fingers to me, they're not right. And like, where's the knuckles? You see the length and the different directions that they're going? And I'm sorry, you know, other parts of it are beautiful, but I'm just saying this is when you use AI, you can run into issues like this. And, you know, I'd rather have you see it now than buy the deck, spend this money, be excited, and then get up close and go, what? And, you know, sometimes you can ignore those things, but sometimes once you know it's there, it can really bug you. So better to know now and by being aware of that. Okay, so here once again, you see these fingers, those are unnaturally long, and like the way that thumb connects. And you see here, look at that pinky 3-finger, I don't know, maybe we're not seeing them all, but that just is not correct to me. And, you know, beautiful outfit. And so look at the fingers here, like that finger right there. You see that? I think that's messed up. I don't know. Maybe I need to zoom in more, but that's not quite right. Okay. Hands. little strange. Like I guess she's holding the plate. I don't know. Look at his hands here. So sometimes when people use AI, they'll kind of hide the hands. Well, like here where it's behind I'm not saying that happened with that one, but I've seen that. Yeah, at least then you can't see the mistakes. Okay. Here, this hand, the way the fingers are going, maybe, but it could be better for sure. So that's a look at the Delphi Oracle 2024. Ending on September 8th, we have the Archangels of the Divine Glory. Unlock the power of Archangels, a divine deck for spiritual guidance and empowerment. Elevate your journey with celestial wisdom. In the mystical tradition of the Kabbalah, the Tree of Life serves as a symbolic representation of the divine emanations known as the Sephira, through which the infinite divine presence manifests in the world. Each Sephira is associated with specific archangels who are believed to guide and influence these aspects of creation. And here we can see on the Tree of Life the different archangels and their positions. The deck will contain about 56 to 60 cards. Size will be 105 by 150 millimeters. It will come in a 2-piece tuck box and include a book. So this is the final design of the hard matte box. And here it gives you some sample cards of Archangel Michael. You can see here, let's zoom in a little bit. You can see it listing some of the qualities and responsibilities here. Here's another Michael card. It's planetary associations, seal, hours, days of the week, sigil, zodiac sign, element, seal of the archangel, angelic choir. So it's going to contain a few Michael cards here. Correspondences. Really cool. Okay, let me zoom back out. Okay, well this is nice. So it breaks down how many cards for each archangel. So for example, Metatron will have 2 cards or 4 pages of write-up. And then it varies per archangel. So for example, Gabriel has 5 cards and 10 pages of write-up. So that's a look at the Archangels of the Divine Glory. Ending September 9th, we have Felis Oracle. Discover the magic of feline wisdom. Unleash the positive vibes with this Felis Oracle deck. Very cute. So this has surpassed its goal, so it will fund. Up here we can see some really cute cards. So I'm just going to zoom in for a second here. Yeah, check this out. Look at that magician. The door. Oh. The Emperor, the Truth. Cute. So oracle cards, but then the Magician, obviously, and the Emperor are very tarot. So a little bit of a mix, so you can bring in some of your associations, it sounds like. So there will be 56 cards in this deck. This is cool here. They've shown some photographs they've taken as inspiration for the characters in their deck. I like that. And so it looks like a hard flip open box, black and white. There's the cards there. Looks like no gilding. And we have a guidebook. Fantastic. The gift. The grudge. That's hilarious. The grudge with the toilet paper. Oh my gosh, I love it. So this deck has 56 beautifully illustrated cards, some inspired by the major arcana in tarot, others totally new, as well as a guidebook. Depending on success of this project, they might be able to give a digital version in French if it's a very successful campaign, plus the magnetic box we saw there. So covering a range of themes from self-care, resilience, happiness, and intuition, the deck is a versatile and easy to use for everybody. It will be printed on 350 GSM Grade A art paper. It will be 3.4 inches by 4.9 inches. The surface will be a matte UV varnish for both sides. There will be 60 pages in the guidebook. Let's take a closer look here. I hate that I lose some of the resolution when I zoom in, but I want to see them bigger. Self-love, rest, super cute. The Fool, ambition. These are hilarious. I love it. And they're just really well drawn, super cute. That's a good combination. Persistence, look at that. So cute. Toxic energy. Vulnerable. Yeah, really cute. I love that grudge one right there. No. Oh no. So that's good. You got a no card. That's helpful. The struggle with the blinds. Oh my gosh, these are hilarious. I love it. I love it. Temperance. Oh my gosh. Okay, so super cute. Let's reset here. Smaller color palette, but I like it. So this is great because they've already met most all of their stretch goals. So now it will include gold edges to the deck of the cards. The deck will have gold stamping on one side of each card. The deck box will be enhanced with gold stamping, which will look nice on that black and white. And so the final goal left to be unblocked will be that it would have all of the above, but the cards will have gold stamping on both sides of them. So here's a look at those goals. Great to see the picture inspirations here. So you can add on some stickers. These would be good stickers to have. Yeah, that'd be fun to pop up in various places. Get a lot of fun with that. Okay, so that's a look at the Felis Oracle. It looks really cute. Ending September 10th, we have Luminous Tarot and Money Magic manifestation cards. 3 unique decks designed to elevate your life and increase your daily abundance. This campaign has well exceeded its goal, which speaks well to its money magic manifestation portion. It still has quite a few days to go. This deck is by Anthony Dawn, who's created many other beautiful decks. All the decks in this campaign are priced specifically for Kickstarter backers. If this campaign is successful and the decks become available on my website, they'll be slightly higher priced. That means if you back the decks here on Kickstarter, you'll be getting a discount. The 3 decks available can be used together or separately, and there are options for you to pledge for any or all 3 decks. So here's a video where you can watch a flip through of all of the cards. We are beings of light, constantly in motion, just like the universe. The Luminous Tarot deck will guide you toward the divine current within and all around you. Through this deck, you can receive guidance and wisdom for yourself and others. The Luminous Tarot images will allow you to tap into the flow of your intuition and receive guidance from your inner compass and the divine. This is a Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and it is made of stunning watercolor images. I love watercolor. The art shows people from all over the world interacting with the tarot's enduring structures and messages. This is a fully illustrated tarot deck. This comes with a color guidebook that is perfect for tarot beginners and longtime readers alike. The box will hold the deck and guidebook with beautiful gold design elements. Now, I want to say, if you've worked with Hierophanies decks, you'll know that her guidebooks are excellent. And recently I did the Cosmic Wisdom Tarot flip through, and you'll see she did a different style of guidebook in that one. And maybe might do that style here. I saw that mentioned somewhere, maybe in her social media. I can't recall, but I really thought it was a cool style. So if you want to see a bit of that, you can watch a flip through of the Cosmic Wisdom. It doesn't have to be mine, but I do go over her guidebook, and it's lovely. So if she does do that, it's really cool. So here you can see a flip through of the Luminous Tarot elements. There will be 78 fully illustrated cards. They will be a classic size, 2.75 by 4.75. They will be a 350 GSM cardstock with a matte finish for an elegant touch and durability. So that's what I like to see. I like to see 350 GSM cardstock. It comes with a sturdy magnetic closure box adorned with intricate designs, ensuring that your cards are protected in style. The guidebook will offer interpretations and guidance for each card, tarot spreads, and more. And Hierophanies creates wonderful tarot spreads, so excited to see that. Here is a look at some of the cards. And recently, the artist in Hierophanies added on to these designs. So actually, let's I need to zoom out a little bit. All right, here we can see this beautiful watercolor, and with the white space and the colors, it feels very peaceful to me, very flowing and peaceful. So, if you've had too much chaos or been looking at too many busy things or too much AI, this feels beautiful, flowing, and peaceful. It reminds me more of like fine art. Very beautiful. I wonder if I can get some bigger images, because I've seen bigger images and they're really beautiful. And I love the color schemes here. So for example, Pentacles, this is very Pentacles with that beautiful color green with the golds. And then you have these burgundies in here. So pretty. And then same here with the swords, you can see those, I associate swords with air. So for me, airy colors with the blues and some touches of yellow in there. And then here, Major Arcana, so kind of has a little bit of all the color palette. Let's see those wands. Wands here, fiery color palette. So really when you lay it out on the table, you can see where energies may be more weighted, more of one type or another. That's really beautiful. Look at these cups. So beautiful, soft blues. Flowing colors, flowing artwork. That king and queen are cool. I love a good queen and king of cups. So here are the backs of the tarot deck for the Luminous flow. And now we're moving on to the Money Magic Manifestation cards. So here is a walkthrough on YouTube so you can get a better look at them. So this deck is designed to help you shed old beliefs about you and money, cultivate an abundance mindset every day, release your financial fears, and stay in the flow of wealth. There are 2 editions of the Money Magic Manifestation cards, and here's a look at the standard deck. Let's zoom in a bit here. Nice, bright, bold colors, and you can see where the Luminous Flow Tarot would work perfectly with this deck, because not only do the colors go, but the white space, the flowiness, the medium, it all works together. So what a cool layout on the table this would be. And Hierophanies has a new book out through Llewellyn called Tarot Grimoire, so I could definitely see using these in conjunction with some of the spells in that book. So let's see here. One says, abundance radiates throughout my being. I manifest money like a boss. I deserve to be financially independent. Money flows to me effortlessly. And so it goes. So there's a lot of cool stuff in here and some beautiful artwork. So this is the standard size. I am a soulful custodian of money, giving and receiving wealth mindfully. That's a great affirmation. Okay. Here's some more. Beautiful. I'm ready to accept even more abundance into my life. I really want to read the guidebook with this. This is exciting, for sure. Okay, so the standard size deck will include the guidebook, and there's 50 cards in that deck. It looks like they're a standard tarot size, 2.75 by 4.75. So once again, working perfectly with those Luminous Flow cards. They're going to be on a 350 GSM matte finished cardstock, perfect, and have antique gold gilding on the edges. Although I did just see a message where she's asking, would you actually prefer, I think for this one, like a matte burgundy, and then on the mini, which you'll see in a second, a matte green. So she's getting some votes right now if people would prefer it not to be the gold gilding. And it will come with the Money Magic Manifestation Guidebook, as well as the hard keepsake magnetic box. Here's a look at the card backs. We can see some gold coins here. And I kind of want to know the story behind these card backs, these coins, because it does remind me of like old coins, old Greek coins. I know Athena had some, so who knows. And here's a look at this cute mini version. So you can see here, we still have artwork, but it's just a little bit pared down so that the size can be smaller, yet we have the full affirmation. So this could be great for traveling, for keeping around in your purse, or using in various places as affirmations to remind you of things where maybe you have less space. Or if you're doing a spread and have a smaller table, or you just like the idea of contrasting the size of other decks with a small here. Here's some more of the mini. So for example, in It Is My Time to Shine, we saw a woman with a crown of stars, and here we see the crown of stars. So a clever way to pare it down and make the size smaller. So you'll still have the 50 cards, but the dimensions will be 2.5 by 3.5 inches. They will have the 350 GSM matte cardstock and antique gold gilding on the edges, but as previously mentioned, possibly a matte green on the edges. And it will come with a mini manifestation instruction fold out, and it will come in a hard keepsake box, although I do know they hit the stretch goal for the tin, so these should be coming with a tin. She also may include, or you can add on, the guidebook, so it might be possible that you pick up the mini deck if you want the mini size, and then you can buy the guidebook as an add-on. I think that's still up in the air, at least as the time that I'm filming this. And here's the backs of the minis. I think these are adorable. I love these backs. All right, and then it's gonna have a sticker book, which I believe is an add-on, or if you do the full package, you'll pick it up. And so the sticker book has 10 pages of stickers, including journal-sized, and there'll be high-quality stickers for both editions of the Money Magic and one set of tarot stickers for the Luminous Flow Tarot. It will also feature 2 pages of the artist's art in sticker form. So here's a look at some of those sticker pages. That would be fun to work with. Beautiful stickers. Look at that money magnet with the the gold lucky horseshoe magnetizing in money on that. That's cool. Oh, I like the flamingo. Very cool. The book will be 4.5 by 6.5 inches. So that's a look at the Luminous Flow Tarot and Money Magic Manifestation cards. Ending on September 10th is Medieval Oracle of the Beasts. Sister deck to the Tarot of the Paul's Moon, this is a 91 card oracle deck of actual and mythical medieval bestiary. This has far surpassed its funding goal, though it's been a short run campaign, so should it go. And you can see here by this image already that we have some mythical beasts and in that medieval style of artwork. This creator also has created 6 other campaigns. One of them that you may recognize is the Serpent and the Peacock Tarot. You may also recognize a more recent campaign, which was Tarot of the Paul's Moon. Now here we can already see what looks like a beautiful guidebook, that red there with gold on the front, and I can see that the cards are numbered, and then they have the name of the beast and then the key words. For example, here I can see card 42 is Hydra, and it says overcoming challenges, which is very fitting for Hydra. And here you can see a list of all 91 mythical and medieval beasts that are in this deck. This is a sister deck to the Tarot of the Paul's Moon, so most of the design is the same. So here you can see, if you saw the Tarot of the Paul's Moon deck or Kickstarter campaign, it's a similar font and titles and the way it's numbered so that, you know, it looks like it can work very well together. So specs of the decks, we have those 91 cards, which is a lot for an oracle. They will be sized 3.5 by 5 inches. They will be 400 GSM art paper, so that's very thick. They will have a matte UV finish with gold foil gilding on the edges, and then there will be gold foil gilding on the edge of the guidebook. Ooh, pretty. And then a blood red leather 188-page guidebook with gold writing on the front and a matching ribbon. I love it when there's ribbons to help me keep track. So a very deluxe guidebook, it sounds like. And the box will be a upright top-bottom box with matte lamination, gold foiling, and embossing. So Lo Scarabeo lately has been doing some lift-off top boxes. If you have one of those, that's an example of how this will be. This oracle is not going to be a limited edition, so that makes it less than the cost of the Tarot of the Paul's Moon, which was a limited edition. And the retail price will be $62 in the US, so I assume they're going to give you a better deal because it's a Kickstarter here. Now here's a look at that lift top lid box, and you can see when you pull it off, it looks like it has some beautiful gold detailing on the inside. I love surprises like that. And I really like this color red, this blood red with gold touches on it. So you can see the backs of the cards there and that gold edging. And of course that cool guidebook. Here we can see hedgehog setting boundaries, chimera, inner conflict, chaos, and this is funny. Then we have escargot, embrace contradictions. So there you can see that medieval art, which just has, you know, some oddities to it, and it makes it fun and definitely not something you see a lot these days. So here's some various beasts cards to give you an idea. Pulling from medieval artwork here. Should give you a taste of what we're looking at. And there's the backs of the decks as well. So here, elephant, memory, never forgets. Very appropriate. Stag, embrace wisdom over aggression. Here's a look at that box and guidebook. Here's another example. Oh, so it has that blood red on the inside with gold touches. Very beautiful packaging. There's that nice guidebook. Super luxe. Nice formatting on that layout. We have page numbers and all the touches you need there. I like that. We've got keywords, meaning, and an affirmation, and a full color picture of the card. Manticore. Keywords: ferocity, strategy, and battle. And then I'll read this affirmation. Like a wise warrior, I approach each battle with a strategic mind and a peaceful heart, emerging victorious on the path to self-discovery. Okay, so then it's just gonna get down into the different combos you can do. Now, something cool here, if you didn't pick up Tarot of the Paul's Moon, you can pick it up with this Medieval Oracle of the Beasts deck. So you could do a combo deal. And I want to show you here. So retail cost for just Medieval Beasts is going to be $62 in the US, with an estimated delivery of October, which is actually very fast. That must be because they have this all completed and they've done quite a few other decks. So I think they know what they're doing by now. Let's see, you can get 2 of them, but here we go. So say you didn't pick up Tarot of the Paul's Moon, this would be a great time to get it, because with the Beasts and the Paul's Moon, it would be $133 US. Now, that's expensive, but Tarot of the Paul's Moon was actually quite expensive because it's a limited deck. So let me show you. So the Kickstarter, if you caught an early bird, was $71 US, and that was only 50 of those. So most people paid $80 US for that deck. Now you got a deal because that was a Kickstarter. So now it retails for $85 US. So keep that in mind if you want to pick it up, that it would be a better deal if you also like the Medieval Beast. Now, if you don't like it, that's not going to be worth it for you, but there's a good opportunity there. And then we have some other add-ons as well. Some cool tarot cloths, lots of options there. Embroidered bags, and then you can combine with their other decks. So let's see. There's the Tarot of the Paul's Moon. So that's a look at the Medieval Oracle of the Beasts. Ending on September 12th, we have Tarot of Oxalia, a guide for storytelling and self-discovery. Engage with 80 works of art inspired by Greek mythology and sci-fi to evoke creative thinking, possibility, and a sense of well-being. What an interesting combination. That's pretty cool. And you can see in this photo here that you have 2 color schemes. So you're gonna have 2 options of the deck here. One with those earthier colors, yet still bright, and one with these more opalescent pastel colors. Now, their goal was $10,000, and they're currently at $85,334 with 14 days to go as I film this, so it's definitely gonna fund. And here's a look here. Here's a look at some of the cards. This is one color version, but the artwork will be the same. It will just be that the colors are different. So you can kind of see what they're saying here with the Greek mythology yet sci-fi look. Very flowy colors and lines. Okay, and here's the 2 color stories, the amber or the opal, and there's the 2 boxes there. So it notes that the opal color is an exclusive Kickstarter offering. And look at that beautiful box. I like that. That's a tuck box, but that's really pretty. Now, but look at that beautiful ceramic box. That is super cool. And here's the opal version. So the boxes are a little bit different. This is more of a creamy white. And this one is more of an opalescent ivory, brighter white, yet has a different shinier opalescent finish to it. So the opal version will have a luminous holographic foil on the box as well as the backs of the cards. So now here's some of the accessories. Here's that really cool ceramic box. And here is the opalescent looking box. I love the flowy lines of it. It feels very Art Nouveau to me. you know, obviously with a modern influence, but very much so. You can see the two different color schemes here. And they do have scarves as add-ons. You can also do these dice sets or woodwick candles. So you can pick up some prints or a major arcana poster, or the Lady Moon deck, which is playing cards inspired by the goddesses of the moon. And yeah, some more shots of those cards. Comparison between the Rider-Waite-Smith and the Tarot of Oxalia. That's nice. Here's another look at the opal version, so you can see those colors in the backs of the cards. So they've changed the suits representations. So it's going to tell you what they are here. I'm not going to be able to pronounce them all, so I'll let you read them for a moment. Okay. There's 80 cards in this deck. Oh, and inspired by Art Nouveau design principles. Yeah, okay. Because that box definitely feels like it to me. Let's see. Follow the tables in the Tarot of Oxalia's booklet to help guide you through your reading, or simply follow your intuition. Okay, and so then there's different combinations that you can do to back the deck. So like if you want this gorgeous ceramic box with the deck, you can do that, as well as other options and add-ons. So that's a look at the beautiful Tarot of Oxalia. Ending on September 12th, we have the Lineages of Change Tarot, a visionary new deck full of iconic art and Black feminist wisdom offers guidance for moving through uncertain times. They have absolutely blown away their funding goal of $15,000 by being at $110,917. So congratulations. This is definitely going to fund. You can see here already these beautiful colors on this deck with that first card they're holding there. The Lineages of Change Tarot flows from the wisdom of Black changemakers throughout history. Our team of Black oracles, herbalists, and artists have generated a visionary tool that reaches through time to guide us in the changes we can make for liberation in the present. And you can see that beautiful box there. Almost looks like a copper foiling on there, I'd say. There's a team of 15 amazing collaborators working on this deck. The Lineages of Change Tarot draws inspiration from Black visionaries and shapers of change. The guidebook includes quotes from these teachers alongside the Black feminist wisdom of our own oracles. This deck features stunning artwork from a team of award-winning Black artists. Their work reaches back and forth through time to form a visionary, creative lens through which people can see the state of things right now. Krista Franklin provided the major arcana art, and we used divination to assign each minor arcana card to one of our artists, inviting their interpretation of the wisdom. That's really cool. I like that. Very, very smart. This deck invites you to incorporate plant medicine into your practice. Each card comes with an illustrated herb pairing and instructions on how to use the herb. And then check out this cool pouch here. They also designed the book to include each image from the deck so that if you lose a card, you can still access the wisdom. I like that too, because maybe you just want to grab the book and review it or learn, because it sounds like there's a lot of knowledge in here, and that's a great way to bring it with you. So now here is a look at the creative team, and creative indeed. I like this presentation of the artists' photos. And here you're going to get a bit of a bio or an about me for each of those artists. And now here we have the oracles that worked on this deck, so you can read further here about them. And now it's going to talk about those that worked on the plant medicine portion. This is quite a team. Very cool. Okay, and then we have the designer, the editor, and the gatherer. What's in the box? Oh, look at that. Flip open. Gold on the inside. Yeah, so it's gold touches. I think the other photo looked coppery to me, but it looks like it's gold, which is beautiful and not black. Both. I like both. So here we go. 78 cards with gold foil design on the back, printed on 350 GSM high quality art paper. So not too thick, not too thin. There's a 230 page book which features quotes from Black luminaries, plant medicine guidance, and 4 original spreads. So that's a nice size guidebook. And then the go bag printed with the card design that can fit the deck and book. And then a deluxe book-shaped box with gold foil print on both outside and inside. Now let's take a look at some of these cards and the artwork. So it looks like some collaging. And then I kind of think some of this is hand painted or hand done and mixed with collage. That's what I'm guessing from these photos here. We have a cohesive color scheme that I can tell from the images I'm looking at here, so works together. That magician is beautiful. Now the minor arcana, the water suits, which the minor, as they mentioned, these were assigned by divination, which is a cool idea. Oh, I like those shoes and the 4 water. Those are pretty cool. Yeah. Styling here. Okay, so these seem to be less collage in here. Okay, so that may make sense because the major were assigned to one artist, and the minors more various artists. So we have, I like that color scheme in the water suit here. And the titles, like this one is the seed of earth, the root of earth, the mother of earth, the divine force of earth. So they've redone the court card names, which is neat. Air, here we have the air suit. Fire. And so they stick with color schemes, which helps you when you're reading, because you can get an idea of the dominant energies on the table. You know, sometimes if it's too much water, it's like, it's a lot of emotion, or too much air, it's just too much mental energy, too much thinking, maybe not enough emotion or heart in it. Ooh, these are beautiful. Okay, so stretch goals. So they have hit all stretch goals, so that's awesome. So you will get that magnetic closure on box and the glossy gold edges on the cards. And if they reach 125,000, which, you know, maybe because they are quite high right now, everyone pledged at the deck level or higher will receive a 2-sided fold-out poster featuring original illustrations by John Jennings. And so there will be 1 illustration on each side. These are really cool. I like the artwork on this. It'd be hard to pick a size. Kind of like you want to frame it like a double-sided glass and, you know, hang it where you can maybe see both sides somehow. Just don't run into it. Or just pick a side, I guess, if you have to. So let me actually go up here because I'm going to read this. These works of art have been created in celebration of the release of the Lineages of Change Tarot and were inspired by 2 quotes from Octavia E. Butler. One of them is, "There's nothing new under the sun, but there are new suns." The other is, "All that you touch, you change. All that you change, changes you." So very wise, and you can see that reflected in this artwork. That artwork is really cool. Okay, so this is the Lineages of Change Tarot. So if you're interested, that's ending on September 12th. Ending on September 12th, we have Soul Creatures Tarot Deck, a mythical journey to heart and soul. You can see some of this beautiful watercolor here. That star card having a unicorn. can see peeks of some other cards as well. So we are thrilled to introduce you a unique tarot deck that combines the mystical world of legendary mythical creatures with the delicate beauty of watercolor art. And Scribblist has created 6 other Kickstarter campaigns, and you might recognize some of them or even have one of their decks. So they created the Soul Creatures Oracle and Affirmation deck. I covered that in a previous new releases monthly video. They also created Gourmet Tarot. They had another campaign here that looks like it didn't go, but they also made the Wild Child Oracle and the Capybara Tarot. So you can see a beautiful box here. I love the colors on the front of that. Oh, I'd love to see that temperance image on its own to see what it fully looks like. Soul Creatures is inspired by the rich tapestry of myths and legends from around the world, from majestic dragons of Eastern lore to the enigmatic phoenix of ancient Greece. Each card embodies the spirit and essence of these mythical beings. And there we can see the Chariot and the 6 of Swords. Each card in the Soul Creatures Tarot deck is hand-painted with watercolor and colored pencil. It's an RWS-based deck as well. And here we can see the Fool. This is quite beautiful. And in their Fool card, they are showing the Orphic Egg or Cosmic Egg. So that is a perfect depiction for the Fool. Here we can see the Knight of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, the World, a bit of the Ace of Pentacles and 3 of Wands. There will be 78 cards in this deck, and they will be a standard size tarot deck and printed on high quality, durable cardstock with a matte finish. So I don't know what the GSM is. It doesn't mention a core. Maybe later they'll tell us what the GSM is. In the box will be a small black and white guidebook, which describes all the meanings of the cards and the featured creatures, which is great because I would want to know which creature is in what card if I wasn't able to identify it myself. So here we see a siren as the High Priestess. This deck is a pairing with their previous Kickstarter deck, Soul Creatures Oracle. For those who missed the Oracle, they have a bundle called Heart and Soul, which consists of 1 tarot and 1 Oracle deck. You can also do an add-on. For those who backed their previous Soul Creatures Oracle deck, you're going to get a special tier just for you. And if you didn't actually back that deck, your pledge will be canceled because they will be able to identify that. Now here is a beautiful tarot cloth for add-ons. It's limited to 100 pieces. We have some stretch goals here. Gosh, what was the number they were at? I need to go up really quick and see. All right, they were at 9,245. So they've completed at least the first one, but haven't marked it off yet. So it will come in a sturdy lid bottom box. They are getting close to the extra bonus card. I'm sure by the time this ends, they'll definitely have it because there's still days left. And there's a hologram foil edging on each deck stretch goal. Here you can see that beautiful Magician, Phoenix for Judgment, and Death card. Let's get a little closer. Okay, so we've seen some of these cards before, but some are new. Look at the Sasquatch for the Hermit. Very cute. Ooh, look at that Justice. And there I can see the Temperance in full, which is perfect. Centaur for Sagittarius and the Temperance. Okay. Here's some more. We've got the aces at the top. Okay, they're going ace, 2, 3, 4, at, you know, going down instead of by the suit. So you can get idea of more of these creatures. I see Medusa in that 8 of Swords. There for the 10 of Wands, he has the world on his shoulders. So that's a look at the Soul Creatures Tarot. Ending on September 18th, we have the Hierophanies Tarot deck, a queer LGBTQIA plus inclusive deck. The Hierophanies Tarot is a queer 81-card deck centering LGBTQ plus identities, illustrated by a trans Bali polyam illustrator. They've already surpassed their funding goal, which is great. And from this image here, we can see already that it's going to be fully illustrated and it will be diverse. And yes, it is colorful from what I see here. And so far I'm enjoying these colors. That 8 of Vessels there, I think, is a cool take. You know, instead of a man walking away from cups, we have someone that, in my mind, is letting go and releasing emotionally. You know, I love to take a bath for cleansing purposes and letting go, or float in the ocean or a river and just imagine things being cleansed or letting go of things sometimes. And I don't know if that's the artist's intention, but that's certainly what it makes me think of there. So I think that's really cool. And that death card reminds me of my days in San Francisco with that that style of home. So that's really beautiful. And those foxgloves, of course, are poisonous, so got to be careful. And then we can see by that Lovers card already that we're going to have other representation in this deck that you don't typically see. So let's take a further look. Oh, it got a project we love. Congratulations. Okay, so the backs are beautiful. We have a light blue and white toile pattern here. I like these colors. See the Strength card again. That's a beautiful Queen of Pentacles. I love that color combination too. Look at those glasses. Very cool queen. Okay, so then we have a beautiful box here, 2-piece hard box. I like that. Lift off with that toile pattern that we saw on the backs of the cards. That's really lovely. Kind of reminds me of Dolph pottery a little bit too. Birth of Hierophanies. Okay, so there's a whole story here that I'll let you check out later because we do have a lot of decks to go through, but I think that looks like a cool story to read about. I like that boat. So we've got a YouTube about it. Great, so you can check that out. Oh, there's the creation of that Queen of Pentacles. Okay, let's see the deck here. Beautiful colors. So for Justice, we have Resist. There's that beautiful box, the front of the box. Oh, and that's that 8 of Cups image on the front there. Okay, another video you can see on YouTube. That's great. I love it when I can see more before I decide to back a deck or invest. Okay, so diverse includes multiple queered cards, people of different ethnic backgrounds, disabled people, and fewer unnecessarily gendered cards. There are 4 alternative Lovers cards showing straight, gay, lesbian, and polyamorous couples that can be left in the deck if they resonate, or removed to create a personalized deck that reflects you. So that's wonderful. I like having the options there for sure. I mean, you're probably going to get a more accurate reading as well. Okay, so each deck comes with a 16-page fold-out, full-color guide booklet that can be folded into a 2-sided poster with keywords and an explanation of what each tarot card represents, with a focus on reading the cards queerly for you as an LGBTQIA+ person, for your friends and family and clients. I modeled this book on one that I really love from Lord of the Rings tarot deck, so I hope you'll love it too. So that's great. I like that they've written up the guide in that way. I think that's great. Okay. Ooh, this is what I want. Okay, booklet stretch goal. If I fund beyond my original budget target, my first stretch goal priority is creating a bigger booklet with more comprehensive card descriptions, a written introduction on queerness and the tarot, and a couple of unique card spreads for the deck. That would be awesome. So hopefully hopefully they reach that stretch goal, because I mean, it's great to have the cards, but it would definitely be wonderful to have the booklet more expanded like that to go with it. Okay, so let's see some more here. It's telling you that it's fully illustrated. There's more of those backs. All right, this is what we want to see. Let's zoom in. So starting with a Fool, I think this is hilarious. We have the Hollywood sign, Hollywood Hills in the background, or at least that's what my eyes are seeing. It's a little small here, but I'm pretty sure that's what's there, and I think that's hilarious and very perfect and fitting. And then that magician is beautiful. That witch, yeah, I dig that. I like these colors. And the High Priestess almost is like ghostish. I don't know. That's interesting. I dig that Empress. I like that body beautiful Empress there. Very abundant and lush with that wheat and the greens. She's very beautiful. And then a beautiful, powerful Emperor. And a nod to the Green Man and the Hierophant, or that's how I see it anyway, which is really cool. And then we have 4 different lovers options here, so you can see that laid out, which is great. The Hermit, I love that Hermit. We have a spacesuit. Wheel of Fortune as pottery wheel, very cool. Once again, that Justice as resist. A beautiful hanged man there, or hanged one they call it. The Death card we saw, a beautiful Justice with rainbow. Devil, we have some trash and plastic on the beach. That's a cool interpretation. That's a good way to help you understand like some various aspects of the devil and the ways that they can show up. Tornado for the Tower. Ooh, that's stars. I like the stars card. That's cool. The Moons, and she's curled up with her pillow there, finding comfort, maybe lost in illusions and dreams, who knows. Very cool. And the Sun. The World. Okay, let's take a look at these minors here. Oh, and a beautiful, cool palette for cups, which they're calling vessels. So some beautiful cards here. I love a good water suit. So there's that 8 of Vessels again. 7 of Vessels. That looks like looking at a porthole, but it like books and pottery. Maybe it's just a round window, and I'm thinking of boats because I'm looking at vessels. Yeah, that's a beautiful water suit. Okay, here we go. That cool Queen of Pentacles. Oh, that 2 of Pentacles, cool too. Yeah, I like this. Beautiful colors. 10 of Pentacles, a little bit pippish. Cool, King of Blades. Now, I like that Queen of Blades. They're crocheting, almost crocheting the universe, it looks like there. And then pins in their buns. That's really cool. I think that's a great interpretation. So the blades are standing for swords. So very creative. I like that. That 2 of blades is pretty fierce. All right. What else we got? Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands. Beautiful colors once again. Oh, I like that 8 of Wands. That just feels like joyous and moving and dancing and body beautiful, body positive. Okay, let me zoom back out here. Okay, so, oh, there's a nice closer up shot of the Hanged One. Love those colors. So each card will measure 85 by 120 millimeters, perfect for showing off intricate details in the artwork that would be lost on a smaller size. They're perfect for someone who prefers a more substantial feel to their cards. The final printed box will be full color printed, rigid 2-part box. So love that. No tuck box, and that's a beautiful box there. Here's the back. So they will have 6 millimeter round corners and be 400 GSM Calder satin with a white core. So pretty thick with that, but they will have that core there. So it says they will feel firm yet pliable and smooth to handle. So that's satin there, helping with the smoothness in the core, a little bit with the flexibility. So this will be printed using sustainable materials. So we have some different bundles you can pick up here. All right, I want to check out the stretch goals. So lots of different things you can do, bags, cute pins. You know, that's great because maybe you don't need the tarot deck or want it, but you want to support and you can do it in other ways. So this is a nice closer shot of that Moons card. It's very beautiful. Here's a closer look at that Death card and those beautiful foxgloves. And up at the top in the stained glass, you can see the skeleton horse and flag. That's pretty clever. A little wink there, a little nod. There's a closer look at one of the Lovers cards. Beautiful line work. Check out, that's cool to see the way the lines are. You see the pink and then the blue lines doubling up. Really gives it a neat effect. Stretch goals. So here's where it's going to talk about that booklet. And then if they get that, the next stretch goal would be, I'd love to produce other versions of the deck toile, which is the design on the back of the cards. The current toile tells the story of the watery world of the vessel suit, but I'd like to create alternate toile for the wands, pentacles, and blades. Oh, that'd be fun. When each toile is done, I want to offer different editions of the deck using this new toile and color scheme. If I reach a suitable goal, I'll ask my followers to choose which suit toile I create next. Very nice. And here's the artist. So very cool. That is the Hierophanies Tarot deck. Ending on September 26th, we have Mystic Soul Oracle, a deck that helps to awaken the mystic within. Now this has already almost reached its funding goal and still has plenty of days left, so I believe they will make it. Let's take a look here. So you will get 60 cards in this deck. They tap into your light, your shadow, and everything in between. This is a beautiful combination of hand drawing, digital drawing, and Photoshop. There's no use of AI in the work. So this deck touches on 4 main life aspects: light work, and we can see here beautiful pastel colors, and I can see there where some things are digitally drawn or hand drawn and put together there. That abundance card definitely feels very abundant and hopeful and happy, like an abundance of color and flowers over there. Believe, that's beautiful. So we have a key word on these. So this is the shadow work. So keyword, for example, anguish, beneath, blind, detox, drowning. illusion, release, shed. So then the next section of cards is logic, reason, capability. Kind of reminds me of the swords in a way. So we have that acceptance there. Balance, beginning. That's a cute beginning card. I like that. Diligence, expression. Yeah, beautiful artwork. Flow, focus, nice colors, opportunity, patience, rest, and time's up. Synchronicity. So a unique blend of things here as far as the drawing and the digital. Celebration, confirmation, wisdom, warmth. Okay, and so then it also includes a yes and a no card. These will be the same size as a standard size tarot deck. They will have 350 GSM art paper, so medium, not too thin, not too thick, at least in my opinion. They will have a matte UV varnish, meaning they feel very soft and smooth and easy for shuffling. And they will have a silvery rainbow gilded edge. And here's a look at that box. Here's a look at the backs of the cards, which appear reversible, and the guidebook. And here's a look at those rainbowy silver holographic edges. Beautiful. So here's a look at that hard box. It will hold the guidebook within it. Inside of the box has that beautiful galactic design. Pretty colors. Here's the back. Okay, a little more about the guidebook. So guidebook will be sized the same as the deck, and it will be 91 pages. The cover will be color, but inside will be black and white, and it will be a matte lamination. Table of contents, so you can see all of the card names. Well, actually there's 60, so you're not seeing all of them, but some of them. And here you can see that the cards do contain an affirmation for each card. They will. This deck will have a certificate of authenticity. Let's look at the stretch goals. So if they reach 6,000, all backers will receive a free die cut sticker of the eye from the deck. Looks like a pretty big size sticker there. Next stretch goal will be a free mini art print from the Believe card. That's a beautiful print there. Next will be a free crystal. And then faster shipping. I don't think I've seen that often with a goal. That's cool. And then a free card holder. Here's a picture of that card holder. And if you do even more, a bag. This is from one of the cards. That's a Hamza. Hopefully I pronounced that correct. So that's a look at the Mystic Soul Oracle. And now for an exciting book release. Releasing on September 8th, we have The Psychic Art of Tarot, Opening Your Inner Eye for More Insightful Readings. This is by the creator of Psychic Witch. This is published by Llewellyn Publications, and the retail cost in the US is going to be $19.99 for the paperback version. There is also an audiobook and a Kindle version available as well. Level up your tarot readings with your own psychic abilities. Drawing on decades of experience as a professional reader, best-selling author Matt Oren presents a comprehensive guide to unlocking your psychic potential. He shows you how to unite traditional tarot techniques and your own intuition, enhancing your readings with astounding levels of accuracy and insight. With 78 exercises, meditations, and rituals accessible for all practitioners, the Psychic Art of Tarot provides step-by-step instructions for understanding your unique psychic style and mastering an array of skills. Explore the arts of mediumship, soul alignment, auras, energy work, scrying, and more. Praised by Tarot No Questions Asked author Teresa Reed as an instant classic for tarot and psychic development. It includes a foreword by Rachel True, who was an actress in the craft and is also the author of True Heart Intuitive Tarot. This book is 312 pages, and here's a look at the cover, opening your inner eye for more insightful readings. Very cool cover here. Let's see if they include some more information. So we have some quotes for some big hitters here, some people I highly respect. Looks like it is really well loved. And here are Matt's 2 other books, Psychic Witch and Mastering Magic. Much more reviews and more praise here. Lots of names you may recognize, really big names in the industry. Yeah, very cool. So I'm definitely excited for this and looking forward to reading it. So that's The Psychic Art of Tarot, Opening Your Inner Eye for More Insightful Readings by Matt Oren. And now for one of the most exciting tarot events of the year, at least that I think, is the Northwest Tarot Symposium. This is taking place in Portland, Oregon, September 6th through the 8th. Here we can see some of the master teachers, one of them being one of my teachers, Ethany Dawn. That is who I chose to get certified through when I decided to finally do that. I've been reading tarot for a very long time and kind of wanted to prove my chops to myself, so went to Ethany because she's a great teacher and really knows her stuff. So now we have a schedule up. I did mention this event last month in case you needed to make travel plans, but we didn't have a schedule up. And this schedule is very exciting. We've got a lot of great names here and some great classes, great presentations that I'm seeing. In fact, I'm going to have a hard choice choosing which ones to go to in person. But a good thing is, if you're an attendee, you will get a recorded version of everything with a certain amount of time to watch them. So I'll be able to watch the ones that I miss when I have to make a choice. Now, there's also an option to attend this virtually in case you can't travel to Portland, Oregon. So you can definitely participate in this event. Like, look at some of these interesting gestural spell casting with modern mudras. That sounds exciting. I mean, all these mapping your brain onto the cards, like, it's just cool. All of these look really great, and some great teachers here. History, Tarot Collage, Lenormand Made Easy. These all look great. I don't know how I'm going to choose. And then we have some fun events. That's why I'm excited to go in person. I've always wanted to go. I'm out in the Northwest, but previously I had such an intense job. I was always working or doing overtime and didn't get to go to fun things like that, or at least couldn't plan ahead and be able to schedule it because who knew if I was going to be working. So now that I'm doing my own thing, I get to go. So here you can see a fun event. We've got Kilted Bingo, and then there's a dance, which is a masked ball, and karaoke. I wonder if I'll get the nerve up to do karaoke. It may have to take an adult beverage to do that. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I love karaoke. And then some more teachers here. So very exciting. Now I want to point something out. If you are in the area and don't want to pay to attend or don't have time to attend all of it, you could go to the Psychic Fair in Metaphysical Market. That part is free to enter, and it's going to have some really exciting folks vending at it, including Ethany Dawn will have a table, Rune Vervain will be there, and I'm not sure about the others, but I know some of the folks from past years, and it would be really exciting to see them there. I know Jamie Sawyer has had stuff there in the past. I'm kind of hoping she does again, and just a bunch of other great folks where you could pick up some things or get readings, or I'm guessing energy work and that kind of thing. So really cool and a free way to go. So that's a look at the Northwest Tarot Symposium event. And if you happen to be going to this, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. So I hope to see you there if you're going. Before we wrap up our virtual shopping spree, I'd love to hear what's on your tarot wish list this month. If there's something exciting I didn't cover, or if you know of any upcoming releases, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. I'm excited to hear about what you're looking forward to. And that wraps up our look at new tarot releases for this month. I hope you enjoyed this virtual shopping spree as much as I did. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. And for more, check out the video linked on your screen right now. Thank you for watching, and until next time, happy deck shopping.